agree. And shit like that always happens when I start streaming. It's like it's quiet the whole day, and then I press start streaming, and then shit like this happens. And it's sad because people will increase the volume of the stream to hear me, but they will instead hear the fucking hammering. The thing is also they're always doing that. They're always smashing that wall, which just happens to be adjacent to mine. I don't know what the fuck they're fixing. It's been months. It doesn't take months to fix one thing on the fucking wall. Especially not if you do it every day, which they do. And there's also the seagulls outside, but they can't do anything about that. I have my headphones in, so it's not as loud as it is in the microphone. But so that means you probably hear it louder than I do. Which kind of sucks actually, because that's not the intention. But yeah, I'm just like doing the base colors now. When I start, that's how I start my coloring process. Well, and anyone literally, any coloring process starts with the base colors, unless you're doing a painting and you do the ambient occlusion first and the values. Usually, or sometimes I do that sometimes, but not always. It's when you add the shadows and the lighting first, and then turn that into a multiply layer, and then add the base colors, and then your shading will have already been applied. It's very convenient for painting, but and for drawing too. But of course, it's done in what you prefer, and I don't really prefer that at the moment. Now this looks like shit at the beginning because there's a bunch of my lines going everywhere, and there's not really much of an establishment yet. But once I've done the base colors and I start shading, that's when I start liking it more. If anyone were to ask me what's the favorite part of the process for you, I would say the ending, because then everything is already like has already been done, and that's when I actually enjoy it the most. Because the process, it can be annoying and frustrating. Not that it is right now. Like I'm fine with this. but it can be, you know. Especially when you, I know some people who hate the process of drawing so much that they just quit halfway in the drawing, and then they start on another drawing, but then that happens too, and as a result, they don't get a single drawing done in like months. That's horrible. I know one such person in particular. Oh yeah, what these are, by the way, is just the colors of the character that I'm supposed to draw. I jotted them down before making the line art of this pose, so I can just eye drop it. And here comes the hat. You see, the character's hair is black, but the hat is blacker. So, what you want to do in that kind of situation is you want to make different levels of black. Like this is black, right? But it's kind of gray at the same time. But then, so you do that so that if something else in the design is even darker than that, they're still easily distinguishable. Like if I were to do this, you wouldn't be able to teleport the hair from the hat. So it becomes like Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you know. As if the hair is part of the hat, or the hat is part of the hair. That is literally a JoJo reference. Oh. Oh yeah, I like to moan sometimes during streams, just and make other weird noises, just because. But it's nowhere near as bad as the hammering that you heard just now. I'm sure you'd rather hear me moan than hear that hammering. Oh, I missed a bit of the hair. Oh shit! Accidentally made it on the same layer. Oh well. Might as well merge this then. Oh, there they go again. Piece of shit. I bet they abuse their children. Let's take that yellow. The nice thing about this design is, you know, it consists of like only 3 colors. So if you have the yellow on the hat, that's the same yellow that will appear over here. So that's really convenient. Okay, that's wrong actually. Let me fix that. I made a mistake here. And with this kind of design, when there's 3 of those things lined up, what you want to do is something like this. There's three of them, right? So there's one. There's one. Wait. One. Space between it. Two. Space between it. And that's the third. This could be a bit wider. And then you can erase the spaces between them, and then that's how you separate them. In this way, it's kind of more balanced than if you were to attempt to draw each of them individually. See, now they're actually in a straight line. If I were to draw them on each on their own, it would be like, this won't be higher, it would be a weirder shape, it would be irregular, you know, that kind of thing. That's much better. Well, I'm gonna add the yellow. Just gonna go back here. Oh, oops. I tried to select it. And then this becomes easier too. Okay, just do this, and then you erase around it. You shape the colors in a way. It's kind of weird. There. Now let's move on to the uniform. The uniform is same color as the hat, so it's not gonna be that difficult. However, I have to make a new layer because, well, just because, I guess. There's also inclusions of gray and yeah, gray that I have to do. I forgot to add something actually. Just say. Now this thing. Oops. This thing. She's got two of those, so I have to add this one over here as well. And we're gonna use the same technique as we did over here. We just create the whole shape, right? And then I think there's three. Let me check. How many of those are there? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's like three. So this is it's one space between it. 2 space between it. That's the third one. If I calculated that correctly. Let's see. No, actually I'm gonna color that later. I'll just color it. Or maybe, just so that I don't forget how I lined this up. When there's 3, that means there's 2 spaces between them. When there's 4, then there's 3. Oh, it's kind of like an order. I wish that would fucking stop. Just fixing the lines a bit so I can know where to color. Now my friend hadn't specified me how big he wants the breasts to be. So I just made it a basic size. might ask them later. Hey, how big do you want your character's breasts to be now? If I wear them, I'm as big as possible. That tie bothers me. It's way too wide. Yeah, see? It goes like in a triangle shape, but with me, it's kind of like way too wide. It's like goes fucking everywhere. What? Ugh, that's the wrong one. Ah, there we go. See, now I can see the lines more clearly. Oh yeah, in regards to how long I'll be streaming, I'm just probably gonna do this till it's all the way done, which is gonna be in like 4 hours. And by that time I'll have dinner, so. See, the thing with this kind of color scheme is if you have black directly adjacent to the skin, it automatically creates this contrast and clarity, sense of clarity. Like, the hair is black, right? That's a dark color. The uniform is black, right? That's a dark color. And then the skin, even if you look over here, right, you see that the skin is most clearly visible. Most clearly visible just because it's amidst all those dark colors. Now if she were black, however, that would be different. Because the colors would kinda not melt. Okay, let's just use that word. Melt together. Combine. Synchronize. That's what I mean. Now like asynchrony can actually be taken advantage of, exploited, or utilized to create a sense of deliberate contrast, which is very nice. Yeah. I know what I'm saying probably doesn't make any fucking sense to most people, but it's just what I'm thinking. Oh, what the? Oh, I missed something here. No, let's just keep on. Okay, so we know the uniform has pieces of gray in it, so we're gonna add that gray. And more of that yellow as well, so I'm gonna select yellow, I'm gonna select gray. Oops. Very nice. See, like this. Now actually, I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the hat. I'm just gonna cover this. Cover that. And then I can erase it to give it shape. Now because this is its own thing, like it's an object on top of the uniform, it will have its own shadows later. So what I'm gonna do is just kinda separate these. See, I don't have a block brush, so this is a bit different. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. See? Oh, it looks tidy. Oh, So same for this. You just smash a color over it and then erase it. That's art, baby. That's just art. Yeah, so that's not really the only part that's gray because there's these linings across the character. I need to reduce the opacity of this just so I can see. It's these. I have to look at the reference in a bit. And see those. It goes like this, goes over the breast, stops a little bit at the midsection of the abdomen, goes up and yeah. Now because they're pretty much the same line but duplicated, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do too. Like this, right? Watch. Just dupe it. There. Professional art techniques, baby. Professional. Just dupe that. That's nice. Turn around a bit for perspective. I think the tie has it. Yeah, that tie has it. That's the wrong pen. I swear, when one noise stops, the other comes. Now it's a plane above me. Fucking planes, man. I haven't liked planes since like October. Okay, those lines are pretty close to each other, so I'm gonna try that again. Okay, so this line is wrong. It doesn't go like that, it goes like this. Close enough. Let's just duplicate that. Professional design. Wait. Why am I on the skin layer? Why is this on the skin layer? That makes no fucking sense. What? Are you joking now? Really? See, this gray piece isn't on the same layer as the others. Oh, it's because I duplicated it. Ah, I'm so stupid. Okay, so there's another one over here. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Then we just slightly move it. Honestly, I have no fucking clue how this even works. But this is close enough, so I'm happy. I hope the commissioner will be happy too. I don't think they'll mind, but now this is actually gonna be a bit different because the yellow of the thing is gonna be blocking it. So when I do this, I'm doing this with my trackpad just to create a perfect circle. There. Can always transform it. Oh, they're actually smaller than that. I'm liking this already. Oh yeah, whenever you see the screen kind of pause, that's me saving, because it takes time to do that. Shut the fuck up. So sick of those people. Here, first we want to. These are. I'm gonna put these on a separate layer. I'm gonna add some perspective to them just because it'll look less flat, you know. Just transforming them a bit. This one could be lower. Because we gotta take into account the curve with the breasts, right? So this is gonna bend differently than this one over here. See, because now they're all facing their own direction, you know, this is going this way. They're all facing outwards because of the roundness of the breasts. This is all calculated. See, I don't go that way. Now, we have to use the same yellow to work on these. There is one attached to the collar, see, over here, and it's going down on the shoulder. And there's two of those ribbons? Oh, fucking no. Tethers, threads, going this way. So let's do that. The interesting thing about this is you can see this is the same, essentially the same, right? Except actually no, I'm not going to duplicate it. I'm just going to do it myself. Here. Yeah, got it. Fuck, so close. You have to do this kind of thing in one stroke. If you don't do it in one stroke, okay, that's tolerable, but if you don't do it in one stroke, it's gonna look really weird. It's gonna look stiff, like this, right? Like this. Okay, it's not stiff. It is actually. It looks strained in a way. That's not what we want because that's not natural. So, just one line, just one stroke. I'm the one stroke man. That's my mom. Now she's the one hammering. Hope it doesn't bother you too much. I can't stop it, obviously. One stroke. Oh, it actually worked. Oh, it actually worked. Actually, no, it's too messy. One stroke. Oh, no. Is this it? Is this it? No, too straight at this part. Is this it? No. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this one. I like this. Because you know I need to shape these as well. You know, when you're looking at a 3D model, it lacks like the shading as it would have in an illustration. For efficiency purposes, you know. Otherwise, you're gonna have like 2.5 million shaders and and all that shit. So. But now that I actually went off the lines. You see, because the lines meant for those yellow things were supposed to be here, but they're actually going this way. So I have to kind of define them now. Yes, indeed. Oh shit, I should probably check the chat in case someone said something. Doubt it though. Oh shit. Oh shit, you're right. Oh fuck. Oh no, you're not late by the way. I appreciate you coming here. I like that. Now you're actually able to correct me as I go. I like that. I like that. It's just that I need to check the chat more often. Above, right? Eh. Eh. Like that. That's the commissioner, by the way. Say hi, niggas. Okay, I'll check it on my phone. Oh, like that. Okay, I see. Thank you. Here. Like that, right? I see. Thank you. I hope I did this correctly. Please tell me I did it right. Please tell me I did it correctly. This ain't balanced. There we go. This was 12, no, 13 US dollars. Because it's shoulder. Shoulder up is $13. Where the fuck did the tie go? I drew the tie, but it's just not there anymore. Let me refine this a bit. Ah, it's a good thing you sent me that, because now I see what the tie looks like as well. I can fix that now. This tie looks like shit, but now that I know what it is meant to look like, it helps a lot. Let me fix this. This can go. I see, I see. So it's kind of like thin and then it widens out. Ah, there you go. That's it. That's the shit. Now once I shade it, it's gonna look even better. I have to fix certain areas. My pleasure. どういたしまして. So now let's work up. What the fuck? My mom sneezed. Okay. Let's fix these. I gotta give these some outlines. if these don't have outlines, they just look like pieces of color, which is exactly what they are. But you know, you gotta give them shape. Gotta give them that shape. Ah, look at that. This can go. The same goes for these circle things. Because if I give these circle things a shape, I can shade them, and then it'll make them look more three-dimensional. So something like this. Ooh, ah, eh, no, eh, ah, there we go. Now I have to do that 3 times. Ah, I have to sharpen this a bit. Okay, so this because this has a bit of perspective going on here, I want to like kind of round this out. Same for this one. Because you know, if you can see that the shadows are acting differently on each one of these, that gives it gives it a sense of realism. Like you can see this one's facing that way. You can see this one's facing that way. This is facing upward. That's actually wrong. Should be like this. Something like that. See, it changes it noticeably. Now I have to add the gray thing to the tie. Never. Shit, how does it go? This part. You see a gray line over here. Huh? I bet when they come back from the bath, this is probably gonna be like way further done already. I'm fucking something up here. Ah, there you go. One of my friends told me not to slurp into the mic. I was like, fuck that. Yeah, so we have the base colors done, right? So now this is the part where I actually start shading it, which is one of my favorite parts actually. I'm gonna hide that because I already got the base colors down, so there's no reason for the other prototype to be there. Or it's just random lines flying around. You can see that, right? That's that really is just part of my style because I don't do line art, right? So you see pieces of the sketch just flying or stray areas. It's because I like to put the colors and then give them shape. See? Like these are just brush strokes of the base colors. But now I can line them once I've given them their, once I've established that they're, there. Like that. And I can see that this is kind of screwed up. Okay, let me check the base colors again. If everything's alright, I can move on to shading, and then it's gonna look great. Great, does it? That's a JoJo reference. That's what Josuke says in part 4. So, let's check the base colors. I don't think I've got everything down. This is the part where I shade. Oh wait, the neck is fucked up. The collar. You see this? Where it bends around the neck? It's not supposed to be, yeah. It's not supposed to do that. Because the way collars work is they go around your neck, but they're not tight around your neck, there's still some of the skin over here. That way it might make it look a bit more natural. Alright, so now we start work on the shadows. Usually I put a shadow layer like on top of the folder so that one layer affects the whole thing, but sometimes with skin, you don't really want that. So, this looks like shit at the moment. Here, we're gonna use a color. You're gonna use this. Actually, no, that's trash. So we want to use a color that looks natural to the skin and is also similar to this. If I were to take an airbrush, do this, that's around the same thing that's going on over here. But I don't want to keep it like that because this isn't a 3D model, so I can actually add illustrative details. So something like this, right? And then I can go here, take a bit of a darker color, so I can actually distinguish the hair strands, shadows of the hair strands. This color is garbage though. I'm gonna have to do this on a new layer, like I usually do, and then I merge it. So something like this. This is gonna be the darkest area, especially this. Over here as well. It's gonna have some shading. See, this is why the ending is my favorite part, because it doesn't look like shit at that point, but now it's just like confusing. Sometimes this relates to what I said about that one friend who just doesn't finish any of his drawings because he gets discouraged at how they look before they're even done. I get that feeling because I don't like how this looks, but it's a process, it's steps. Might look like shit at first. Doesn't mean it will be the whole time. At the end, I mean. Because this is only the skin, right? And black and yellow and stuff. Black and yellow, that can go under the same layer. Like this. You tend to want to shade yellow with purple because if you go to yellow, if you analyze the color wheel, you want to shade with something that is about a third counterclockwise. So purple, because look, if you do this, right? Oops, that's a bit too saturated. See, if you do this, or this, that's gonna look more pleasant than this, you know. Actually, that's pretty much the same. See, but see, purple is a bit more saturated. It has a bit more color. That's what gives it that spicy color theory, and that's what that's called. Essentially, you can shade any color with any color, but like you don't have to do this essentially. But see, this purple, it just looks so much cooler to me than a straight black. Just gives it that life, you know. You gotta give life to your drawing. Wait a second, I'm gonna look at those things. So they tend to shine. They're not like this at all. They're like that. Close enough. I'm deciding for light to come from the right. That's why I'm erasing it over here. Here, I'll show you something. So if you shade something with one color, right? If you want to add deliberate contrast to that, you want to shade something that is adjacent to it with a different color. Like you can see I'm shading this with black, and with purple, right? But with the hair that wouldn't work as well because it's gray. So, or not gray, but like a bit lighter black. So what I do now is I just use a different color for this. This looks dead, honestly, but it's just for now. Because what I like to do is I like to shade something once, and then I like to shade it again. Certain strands of hair that stick out like that, they will catch more light just because they're like, well, you know, sticking out. So they're affected by the light easier than the hairs over here. Eh. Yeah, see? If I used gray to shade the skin, it just looks so contrasted. It's too black. It doesn't really suit the skin. That's why I used this tone over here. This. Which in turn also helps what I said earlier about that you use different colors to shade something. Sometimes, however, you can just shade everything with one color if you want. It's not a bad thing. It's just stylization, I guess. That's what it's called. Like if you like dead colors, I used to like using very muddy shading. Then well, you can if you want. That's your choice. Because essentially what you can do is you shade it and add a color overlay to it, which gives the same result as picking a different or saturated color to shade it with in the first place. That's sometimes something I do. Not quite sure how to shade this. I'm guessing this is how it goes. This looks okay-ish. Okay, look. This is what I mean. Now it looks a lot more, do you see the I don't know how to explain that. It's just, it looks more lively than using straight black. However, this is way too light. That's why I'm gonna shade it twice. Next time I do this, this is gonna happen. But however, if you do this too much, it might actually colorize, unintentionally colorize the hair. Like if you shade it with purple, it might make the hair look actually purple, even though it's black. That's the problem with this kind of style. So what you can also do is just create that kind of middle ground by selecting something between dark gray and light purple. So something like this. And it'll achieve the same result. Kind of. I'm really just talking nonsense right now. Oh, Celine from Closers. Yeah, she does. I actually have that image of her. Celine. Here. I screenshot it. She does look like Celine. When I first saw this character, I was like, shit, that looks like Celine. She does looks like Celine. Oh fuck! I bit my nail. Shit. Oh, sorry. My microphone fell. She looks like Celine, but it's my friend's character. I love both, so I don't care. Here. Look, so you can shade this with black, right? We're not gonna do that shit, we're gonna shade it with purple. Actually, no, we're gonna shade it with black. So this is the color, right? This is gonna be in shade. I can't even see that. This is gonna be in shadows, in the shading. This is gonna go this way. Like this, yeah, cool. Now this has folds. This has folds. It's not just a solid object. It's like gonna go like this, going like that. Thanks for coming, by the way. And this is gonna go like this. It's going like that. This is the second part of the color. It just goes this way, it goes this way. This part is actually pretty dark. This is gonna catch no light whatsoever. There. Oh, actually, this is one of my favorite parts to shade. Thanks to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the way they shade the shoulder is just so cool. I mean, as in like part 4 plus, not part 3. Part 3 is kind of weird. Look at that. Oh, no, just kidding. Or not. This looks fine to me. What I really love is when I shade something and it covers 2 colors and it automatically looks more complete, like instantly. Look at this. That's great. I also forgot. You better not. Oh, wait, I'll check. Hmm. Oh, there's a star there? Yo, shit, I didn't see that. Okay, okay, I'll add that. Oh, I got it all wrong. Oh man, okay. Okay, okay, that's fine. I'll fix it up. Hmm. I don't want to lose this color though. Let me just put this color down. Okay, so. This isn't actually supposed to be here apparently. I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna hold shift and create a straight line. Fuck that. Not dealing with that shit. So, these are actually closer together. And then this isn't here, but instead, it's a star. Now, I don't exactly know how to draw a star, but I'm gonna help, I'm gonna use my trustworthy shift key. This feels like 4th grade again. Look at that star. That's a nice star. It could be sharper though. Let's fix that. Just add the edges to it. There. However, it's closer to the thingies. So I'm gonna move this like that. And then erase the line. There. Oh, that's more accurate. I can see it on my phone right now. I hope this is good. What layer is that? 8? 8. Okay. Well, part 1 and 2 indeed have the kind of bad art. Best art is part 8 though. Oh, well, obviously because it's the most recent and he improved over the years, the decades actually. Part 8 art is the best. The coloring in part 8. Okay, so now does this apply to both shoulders? Like, is it the same as the other shoulder too? Because I can fix that up if you want as well. I'm just gonna assume it's the same. So that's not the same color. Ah, I see. That's a different kind of gray. Okay, so let's use our trustworthy shift key again. Uh. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Oh, the shift key. Okay, let's make that star again. I like stars. どういたしまして. Here. Let's just. Oops. Look at that star. Looks like shit though because it's not sharp. How was your bath, by the way? I wish I would have been there. No, just kidding. I think my mom heard that. I'm so fucked. Okay, let's return to shading. So. Okay, now this is a pretty fun part. It's time for your oppai. Oh. See, that's very nice. Look how three-dimensional it looks. Oh. We're not even done. I'm just gonna start. This is just the first time I'm gonna shade it, and then I'm gonna shade it again. And then I think I'm gonna shade it again after that. Usually I tend to shade things 2 or 3 times. Oh, let's make your boobs really big. This looks like shit. Okay, good. Thank you. I actually wanted to ask you how big you wanted your boobs to be. But because I forgot to ask, I just decided to do it as close as possible to the avatar. But now it's too late, because I already made the boobs, so can't really change it. this is a nice up-eye part. This is when the boobs kind of curve outward because the way the muscles are constructed in this area, right? It's kind of like I'm gonna do this in red. This is the way it's constructed. It's like this, this. This is where the collarbones are, right? So then the armpit goes like this. That's the deltoid muscle. The deltoid goes this way. However, the boobs are like that. And same for this area. That's what this is, you know. This is a separation between the breast, the pectoral, and the deltoid. And then the, you know, that's how you make boobs. And in the middle of it, this is actually skeletal anatomy. This is the sternum. The sternum is the midsection between your rib, between the, what the fuck is that called? The rib cage, right? The rib cage is kind of like, it has this line going through it. The pit of the collarbones goes into that, and then the boobs are kind of like, because the way the muscles are shaped, they go that way. That's what creates the Y shape when you're drawing. When you see like, especially in garbage Western porn, you see like boob that go like that. That looks like shit, but it's more like way more subtle than that. It's kind of like that. You can curve like this. This is the diaphragm. That's kind of like that's kind of the way it goes. I'm not gonna keep this obviously. I'm gonna hide this layer. And now, back to the point. I'm shading your oppa. You know, it's actually worth the years of studying of of like anatomy and shit just so you can draw boobs. Not just that glory, you know. And the feeling that you can finally do it. Nothing beats that. Oh, look at that bite. Okay, let's shade the shoulders now. This is it's time for the shoulders. I can return to the boobs later on, but for now I need to work on these. Okay, now that I think about it, the hair looks like shit because it's purple and it doesn't match the black of the uniform, so I'm gonna do that. See, sometimes if you color it in a certain way, the rest of it has to be colored that way too. Like you can't have colored like this, purple like that, and then dark like that. It's just that dissonance, you know, that dissonance. Contrary to what I said earlier. Look at the oppa. This ain't even done. I'm just because you know this is actually, since it's on the costume, it has its own surface, so it's gonna receive its own light. It's gonna have its own shadows. Not for now, of course, but later. I can't do this. What the fuck? I'm trying to one-shot it. Okay, this can work. This can work. Add some light over here. Erase the shading just to give it a bit more shape. There. Now, I think this is the part where this is where I can start. Oh, I haven't done anything to the eyes yet. See, this looks like shit because it's like, you see that there's that blue, right? But in order to make it look more lively, you know where this is going, right? We're gonna add some smooth coloring, like, Now, it looks out of place, but that's intended because, as I said earlier, if something has like a like a visibly different change as opposed to the rest of the drawing, it automatically stands out. So you got this like black shading, black hair, black this and that, and then you got the suddenly colored shading on the eyes, which gives it its own kind of feeling, you know. So this is all calculated. Everything in art must be calculated. A lot goes into it that people don't really think of. Let me just save. Exactly. It's like, oh, it's like it's so shit. Like, you know, you get this kind of body, and then it's like this, and you get shit like, oh man, that's so gross. Spicy. Okay, this is my favorite part. Finally we're here. Oh wait, not yet, not yet. Okay, this is my favorite part. Wait, not yet, not yet. Oh, not yet. Okay, this is my favorite part. Here. Multiply. I shaded twice. Wait, I don't need to clip that. That looks like shit. Here. Now we can always experiment, right? Sometimes people like to shade with blue or something like this, which isn't too far away from me. Light blue looks like shit. Green looks like shit. You know, this is color theory. Like, sorry. When you got like blue or you got black, you don't want to shade that shit with green unless it's because it's so like it's like on the opposite side of the spectrum. It's not really convenient in my opinion. Like you can if you want. There's no rules in art. But there is theory. And that's color theory. And that means doing a bunch of random shit over here. Here, look. Oops, that's the wrong button. What you can do is also just you shade it with any color, literally, and then just just hit Command U and change the hue of change the color, which is piss easy. Like I can do this in black, and then change it to purple anytime, if I want. But I'm putting careful work into this. You know, this is worth somebody's money, so I'm not gonna half-ass it. It might look like I'm taking shortcuts. I don't know. It's just my process. There are no shortcuts in art. You know, when I learned this from JoJo yesterday. Actually, when you only think about the result, that's when you take shortcuts. But this ain't about the result. This is about quality, and quality as we know it, as we all know, like takes time to refine. So we get this, we get like things like this that can take a while to make, and I'm just gonna let it take a while because that's there's no point in rushing something. Unless you're short on time, and even then, you can always like stall it, make it take just a little bit longer for that extra quality and effort. What the fuck is this? Why is this on a different layer? Oh yeah, I swear a lot, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed. I'm sorry. It's just part of me. It's not like a disorder or anything, it's just, it's really just me. See, do you see that? See, not shading. You see it, immediately look at the eyes despite the rest being so detailed around it. It's only because it's colored amidst that black. That's color theory, contrast. Oh. I can't do that too loudly. My mom. But see, like I said, you don't want to blast it too much with color because now it looks like her skin is pink. Well, actually, no, if you do it too much, it looks like that. Like, this is a controlled extent. But see, now, if you shade it too much, it looks like a burn mark. That's not intended. So you always gotta, like, have your limits and stuff. Let's get used to an airbrush, actually. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. Memorable quote. See you, by the way. Oh yeah, Wereth, did you see my Bai drawing? I drew Bai a few days ago. Also, you can see that there's a little white dot over here. That's the result of not filling in the base color properly. So what I'm gonna do is go over there, select this, and oh wait, oh shit. What is causing this dot over here? I don't know. Oh. There. Okay, so. Not so sure about that airbrush over here. Let's just erase out of it. Now, of course, it's very important for anime girls to blush, so we are gonna go over to the red area. That sounds like a bad thing, the red area. It's actually good though, because it helps give it more a sense of life or realism. This isn't realistic at all. I mean, sorry. More like, oh fuck no, just do it. So, now we're gonna shade this area. if you thought this was already detailed, it's nowhere near enough. So let's go again. Ah shit, here we go again. That's what it's like for me when I shade something. See, now the colors is starting to really come out. Ah, yes. I might just let something else come out too. Just kidding. Starting to like the shape this is getting. Shit, that's too much. Can you hear the seagulls outside? They all make the same sound. It's kind of like doves. Doves and seagulls, or I think birds in general, they all make a distinctive sound to their, in regards to their kind. You know, like if you really pay attention to a bird, to a dove, or a pigeon, a pigeon, you can hear they always make the same sound. It's the same rhythm, it's the same tune. I'm gonna have to add more detail to this because you know this tie casts a shadow as well, so it's time for that, I guess. There. We're not done yet. Nowhere near done. Ah, that's my finger. Ah, that's my thumb. What's that, pink? Oh, a different layer. Okay, so. So once I'm done with the second time I shade this, I'm gonna shade it a third time, and then I add highlights. That's usually how it goes. So this is the final shading layer. Well, I say that, but then I end up shading it again, usually. But no, this is the final time. It's the final shadow. Oh, so edgy. See, for things like that, for the darkest areas. So this, this, probably this, most likely this. I actually termed this myself. I call it diamond shading or glass shading because that's what it starts to look like, which is a good thing in my opinion because it like has these different levels that all work together and synchronize in a way. See, like that? Now, certain areas don't need this. Sometimes we want it to be light, or want it to have no shading, or little shading. You just don't do it there. But for me, I just most of the time I just do it everywhere. That makes me happy. Actually, you see this in. I've seen other artists do this as well, but they're mostly Japanese artists. I don't see Western artists do this a lot. Not that I'm trying to say it's bad, but it's like, I don't know. It's like when you outline a shadow like this. Kind of weird. See, what I just did is give it that round shape, which will help later on. See, now it looks a lot more three-dimensional. It's very detailed. People say cell shading doesn't work if you detail too much, and I just stick my finger up, and I'm like, fuck you, I like this. It's just the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Of course, this applies to this area too. I'm not gonna shade this just twice. Oh shit, here we go again. See, now the tie is quite defined. I can't see that. I'm just gonna have to zoom. Fucked up the shading over here. They almost look like coins. These things. Anything else the commissioner would like to say? No. Okay. Here. This is more of the opai. Ah, yes. Gives it more shape to the arm, you know. That's yeah. That's just the way it works. Usually what I like to do in my own drawings is because it depends on the character, right? Like I like to do that. But it's I don't think it would suit the image of this character. So I'm not gonna do that. It's really tempting though. I could do that, that's fine. Not liking the face, but we're too far in, so it's not like I'm gonna erase the lines now. Oh, I'm on a different tool. Ah. Let's give this some more shit. Beautiful. I want to kind of round this part. Because it makes the cheek look more round and therefore it's cuter. Let's shape this again. Oh shit. Go again. Eh. Weird. I just had a deja vu. Could have sworn I've drawn this before. Obviously I hadn't. Deja vu. I've been in this place before. I am on the streets. Oh yeah, you like that kind of music, right? Eurobeat. Gas, gas, gas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know why this is randomly purple. I'm just gonna fix that. This ain't done yet. It's never gonna be done. Just kidding. Of course it has to be done at some point. Where's the lines? Not here. Like there's some of this building out for no reason. I don't really want that. You can also see the shading like skipping parts over here. Never skip parts, guys. That's a JoJo reference, yeah. What fucking layer is that on? Oh, okay, there we go. It's weird, like there's 3 shading layers. It's not on 2, so it must be on a 3rd one. But then it's also not on the 3rd one because I glossed over it. You know, it's kind of fucking. Ugh. It's just artist problems. It's kind of ugly. It's because this has no shape, this part. There we go. Well, if you thought I was done, I'm not done yet. No, I'm not gonna shade it a 4th time, but I am going to do something else that adds to it all. And that's gonna be. Well, actually, it's not. It doesn't have to add. It could actually break it, but I know how to control it. So, I think at least. Well, let me just detail these a bit more. before I move on to the mysterious stage I'm mentioning. This needs more shape. It's not enough. Okay, that's a bit too much. Okay, so thing I was talking about, right? Wait, one more. Okay, it's not all that special, really. It's just highlights. Highlights are where the light hits, right? Like, but it's not just light. It's light. You know, like the light. I don't know how to explain it. I'll just do it. Like you see this kind of thing in anime a lot, but it looks different if you're looking at a still drawing as opposed to having to draw it over and over as an animation. So in anime, it looks like it's very simplified. But here we have all the time in the world, so we're gonna make use of it. How I like to do the highlights is kind of like that. You brush once, and then you shape it. You shape that stroke once, and then you shape that stroke. I've done this over and over. With relatively successful results. So I'm gonna do that now. It's quite easy. Just do this. Just brush once and then erase into it. Brush once and erase into it. And you do this for every piece of hair that there is. However, you also want to aim it in a way to actually make it distinguishable where the light's coming from. Like you're not going to highlight all the way over here if the light's coming from this way. So that's why you always want to leave one of these strands of hair completely in the light, so it's more distinguishable. See, like that. Now we can see that the light's coming from the right. Does that rhyme? Right light. It does. It rhymes. Oh, I'm such a poet. How do you say poet in Japanese? Like poetry. I wonder. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I hope the commissioner loves it as much as I do, because I sure really like it. See, this is what I mean by that it takes a while for something to really shine. Literally, I guess, in this sense. Because at first I was like, oh, it looks like shit. And now 2 hours later, it's like, I'm loving it. So, never like give up in the middle of a drawing. It's gonna look way better the more you work on it. No one must ever forget that, especially not that friend of mine who keeps giving the fuck up. If you're watching this, Lyra, please take a hint and help yourself. That's not an insult. I've known that guy for years, so. This needs more shape. This does get tiring. But I like it. And that's what matters. You just gotta enjoy yourself in anything you do. Ah, very shiny. Oh shit, my microphone almost fell. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing to the other areas of the character, right? Like this. Let's get you some highlighting. Oh shit. Okay, I lagged for a second there. And the same techniques apply. You just brush once and then erase back into it. Do it over here as well. Could do it over here if you want. Doesn't look as good on yellow because I need a different color for that, but I'm not gonna do that now. the, the eyes look so unfinished just because of the hair. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna work on those soon, don't worry about it. I'm gonna make them as similar as possible, as close as possible to these. I know how this process of the eyes goes, so I can do that very quickly. So let's go over here. I'm gonna have to work on the tie because you can barely see it. And that's where highlighting really helps because it outlines the form, which allows you to identify it even if adjacent areas completely drown it out in their own colors. That's where the highlights come in. See? That's very nice. You know, in a way, I'm getting paid to moan, which is pretty fucking cool. I got paid to moan. on stream. That's fun. Oh, you may have noticed I'm using a different brush, but for this, it's because if I use the pen tool, it's too sharp. So that's why I'm using that's why I'm using my personal brush. You can see what it's called over here. Now, of course, in darker areas, you're not gonna receive the same extent of light. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna select a grayish, and even that might be too much. See this versus this, just a bit more diminished. It's the same kind of light. It's just in the shading. What some people don't get is even amidst shadows, there are still an extent of where, how the fuck do you explain this? And it's like there's still light there. It's just darker because it's in the shadows. See over here, this is gray. Over here, it's bright. See that? That's the same color. That's just to show you how that really works. Oh yes, now it's time for the oppai. Wait, no, not yet. Let's leave the best for last. This is the next shoulder. The other shoulder. Oh, okay. Okay. Now as the color, I can work on this a bit. Really don't. I'm just excited to work on the oppai. Okay, now it's time. It's finally time. Is it really time? We have finished the hair. We have finished the hat. And now, it's finally time to move to the oppai. Here we go. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Everything I've done for the past 2 or 3 hours, it's gonna has led up to this. Wait, I can't even see. It's too much too much black. The oppai. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh. Yeah, my mom agrees. Same for this area. Oh, the oppai. Wait, no, that's wrong. Look at that shape. You can see it. You can see how round it is. Oh. Oh, look at that. Oh. And then this. Ooh. Oh. Ah. And same for this. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it's very nice. Ooh. Now it's kind of being blocked by these two strands of those two threads, but I don't know, whatever. Something's missing out here. Actually, another. Yeah, that. That's what I thought. I knew something was missing. It's kind of like this is like this is between the. This part. I'm gonna explain what this is. So you have the bulge, right? You have the opai, and then you have the armpit, and then you have the shoulder. This is actually what would have been the armpit. Or what is the armpit actually? This fold is being caused by that transition from the pectoral to the deltoid. There's that midsection, and that's this. Something like that. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. Hit that save. To highlight these coin things. They're not coins, I know, but this is actually the part that receives the light. This over here. To kind of erase it though. Now to highlight these things as well. I don't actually want to use yellow. I mean, white on yellow, but it looks like there isn't much else to select. Change the colors. Oh yeah, I'm not talking right now. I don't know why. Usually when I stop talking, I'm just thinking of things like memories and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to highlight this. Did you hear that? Okay, good. If you didn't hear that, that was I think that was my stomach growling. Not hungry at all though. I don't know why that happens. Oh yeah, what I'm doing right now is just kind of sharpening the. I'm highlighting the highlights, just like how I shaded the shadows. Hmm. That creates a sense of contrast, even more so than already. See? Ah. sharp. Let's give you some. I'm gonna look at the thingy. You can see that yellow over there. So it's shaded around it, but oh yeah, I still have to do the eyes. We're nowhere near done. Oh boy. Fortunately, the eyes aren't actually that difficult. Like, if you go over here, her eyes are closed in this pic. There's no reason for me to look at that. So, like, you get that gradient, right? That blow, and then there's the pupil, and then, basic shit. So you just go here. Where's the eye? What color? What layer is the eye on? I'm gonna have to figure that out. Oh, okay. That's on the same layer, really? The whites of the eyes are on the same layer as the. It's not very convenient. Oh look, they're spilling out of the lines. Look at that. Okay, look. Do this. Oh wait, I screwed up. I have to do something else first. Here. This is how it's made. Like this. Like this. Okay, wait, no, I fucked up. It's because this is on the same layer for some fucking reason. It's gonna be harder than I thought. Than it's supposed to be. Something like that, and then you go downward, I guess. Oops. Penis. See, now it's starting to look like it's starting to have some shape. Of course, we don't want to have it completely dark like that. Because now it's time for this. And with that, we can also start doing this. Or some people do, actually. They add even more white to it, which can look good, but you can clearly see the pupil on that, so let's do it. And then to top it off, you just, put a piece of white over it. Because that's how the eye reflects light, right? But it's not actually part of this, so I don't know if I want to do that. It looks good though, I like it. It's a bit too much to the right. He aimed it this way. It looks more like that they're looking, that he's looking left, or she. Oh, the character's a girl. At least, so I'm gonna say she. Now this is gonna apply. The highlight's gonna apply it to the skin as well, so I'm just gonna do this first. What the fuck is that? Oh, the black with the hair is covering it up. That's what's causing up the. That's what's causing this. See? Now it's fine. Now look, caved in. Now it's fine. I'm not even done with the eyes. Like I'm gonna go up here again. Layer 20. It's not. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. I usually go. I have gone up to layer 50 before. So this is a piece of cake. Do I want that? It looks complete, but It's kind of blurry. Guess it looks fine though. I like it. Now we can also go down here. Ah, yes. This looks like a nice portrait. For $12, this is a good fucking deal. I would buy this off someone for like 20. No, actually, I shouldn't be bragging about my prices being cheap. This could use some more highlights. Same for this. And then maybe this as well. Maybe this. Oh, something's bothering me about the eyes. It's like about this highlight over here. I don't like that. It needs to get the fuck out of my face. Oh, get out. Come on. Yeah. And this. Ah, that's cool. No, it's just something about this. I don't truly understand. Oh, whatever. Let's keep it. Okay, so now what? I have no idea. I think I've done everything I could. Done everything I needed to. What layer is that? 19? Okay, the highlights are at 19. So let's do it. A bit more work on this. Oops. I'm gonna blur out this. Just so it looks a bit more, a bit less suddenly, abruptly cut off. And the up aren't big enough. If I only had asked earlier, I would have made them so big. Uh, oh, we've come this far. There's one more thing I can do. Just one. Oh man, I'm gonna regret this. I'm either gonna love it or regret it. Okay, looks like I love it. Because I sure do. I like this a lot. What I'm doing right now is overlay. Overlay is when you add a subtle gradient, or no, add subtle colors to what you've already established down there. So this blue over here, I'm doing bounce light at the moment. Blue comes over here, and then the lighter colors go on this side. I can apply this to my. Oh, fuck, I'm hungry. I'm gonna apply this to the eyes as well. Kind of brighten this. Same for this. Same for this. However, you don't want to blast with overlay too much because, like, if you, for example, if you blast this with like yellow, she might look blonde instead of brown haired instead of black haired. So it kind of takes it away, but that's why you gotta control it. Also, when just like my submission on Pixiv, yay, my phone gives me notifications for that. Ah, shit. If you thought I was gonna be done from that, I'm still not done. So, uh, this needs more detail. The last time I said that was on my last stream when I was like 8 hours in, and I was like just yelling that more detail. This gives a nice sense of light. That's why I like the overlay layer. Don't know about that. No, not sure. Not entirely sure about this one, Chief. With the overlay layer, or anything at all actually, you just want to make sure that wherever the viewer looks, they can't have the feeling of that something is missing or that it looks incomplete. You always want to make it feel as as though you couldn't have done anything more. That's the best you can do. You must always do your best in art. You have fast something, people can feel that. They won't be able to pinpoint what, but they'll know something wasn't entirely paid the due attention for. I think I'm done. I wish I could have ended the stream at 4:20. 4 more minutes. I guess I could work on other stuff. Let's get use some more of that. Maybe I could add some more of that blushing. Kinda like that. It's more pink in that than over here. Oh, let's see. Oh, you don't see anything at all. Ah. Look at that. Oops. Now her eyes look a bit more purple than they are blue, which isn't intended. So I'm gonna do this. Not too much though. They look out of place if they're not bright. This should work. Oh, I like this, kinda. This could use some more work. It's the wrong pencil tool. Can't help but feel like this is way too bright. So I'm gonna... Yeah, I thought so. I kinda like that though. Oh well. Yeah, so this is done. I hope the commissioner is still watching this, and he can know that I finished it on stream. I'm just gonna wait till this turns to 4:20 and then gonna end the stream. I'm just gonna wait. Enjoy the art, by the way. I'm just gonna zoom in. Look at that. Oh yeah. Come on, 4:20. We're all waiting. Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you. Goodbye.